Alright guys, welcome back to another Recluse video. Today we're actually not going to be discussing anything specific. We're going to be we are going to be discussing something specific. We're going to be talking about the two different play styles that are with a Recluse. Oh, I hear stuff. Now, there are two different ways to play a Recluse. Neither one is actually wrong. One of them is just more prevalent than the other just because currently mobs spawn in large quantities, and that's going to be the alt fire only Recluse versus the ones that use abilities and their primary fire. Now, when you have a single target like this douchebag Hellslinger, oh, lag sucks. You're going to kill it a lot faster with a primary fire than with a secondary fire. And that's just because your primary fire does more damage, it applies your dot ticks. You can also land in some ability shots. Now, if you right click, does 1,000 damage, get a few dot ticks. Not as effective. Takes you a while longer. Leaves behind poison clouds, yeah, sure, but like, look at this. I'm still trying to kill him. He gonna die this time though, and die. Die. Thank you. But again, why do people stick with this whole alt fire only method? It's because it's easier. Ooh, chosen. Now, that's for single target. Now, for multi-target, like with this event right here, which is a chosen thumper, which will be spawning in here in a second. There it goes. You're going to want to mix the two. You're going to want to use your alt fire so that way you can cover the area around the event with death, just because otherwise, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a major advocate of primary fire mostly, but when it comes to something like this where it's just going to spawn large waves of creatures, you're going to want to be able to take out, like, look at that, like, all that damage. How do you argue with all that damage? Nope, no touchy, bad touch. So many things around me. And again, you sling off your poison ball, kind of just float around. One thing you'll have to remember with your alt fire though, if you decide to do this, is your alt fire does have a drop. It is actually kind of severe in terms of how it drops, so you're going to want to aim slightly above whatever your target is. In my case, my target is everything, meaning I don't have to aim as much. But if you look, you'll see these things still alive, still being dumb and annoying. For the most part though, the reason why the alt fire is so good is because you can pretty much alt fire and forget, for the most part. There are instances where even if you alt fire and forget, you're still going to have a lot of things that survive, or just flat out never take enough damage to die. With the Recluse, you're going to find that your HKM is up a lot. I do generally recommend that you use Necrosis and use it often. That's constant AoE, constant poison, constant Hellslinger. Now, with Hellslingers, when you go to shoot them, anywhere that's not that mouth right there is just a regular body type. And so you're going to do normal damage. A lot of things you want to be able to focus down on and take them down rapidly. Because we may be a tanky tank frame, but that's bound to change. Oops. Oh, you're dead. Just die. Thank you. And here we have a jump height battle frame core. What is still shooting at me? Is there a hornet? Oh, there's a hornet. Of course there's a hornet. Now, in PvP, you'll see a lot of people... Wow, my aim is horrible, and he's not even moving. You'll see a lot of people just kind of goofing, and so they just only alt fire. There's a Hellslinger down there on top of everything else. But when it comes to events in the open world, as much as I hate to say this, I really do recommend just alt fire and forget about it. It's so much easier, and it'll give you damage on more targets. The reason why that matters is because the more things you hit when they die, the more things will give you loot. And sadly, in Firefall's current incarnation, loot is king. The more loot you get, the happier you will be. But yeah, see, primary fire, headshot, takes 3,000 damage. Go away, get off me. Oh, whoops. I'm missing loot. Now, the big issue I have with the alt fire method is while it is very effective, it makes you look really dumb. I mean that in the best way. There's a... where? Over there. But again, because you're trying to get damage on multiple enemies, I can't fault you for using the alt fire because I will use it a lot as well. But again, in terms of like a single target thing, your primary fire and your abilities are going to do more damage in the long run than your alt fire will. If you have to clear masses of targets though, I definitely recommend just alt firing, because yeah, like I technically wasn't even near the battle at that point, but already getting damage on everything and getting kills with it somehow. Go team. Alright, now that covers what little gameplay you need to know. I haven't made a PvP video for Recluse gameplay because I don't PvP. The main reason I don't PvP is just because I don't like it. And while there are some really nice battle frame cores in PvP, I don't want to push myself to have to just PvP just so that way I can get those cores, although I probably will at some point. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!